So, hey loves, and welcome back to another episode of Kelechi's Corner. It's been a while since we last filmed one of these videos, and we're back. I love this because not only do I get to share a little bit of insights into people's problems and concerns, but you guys also find delight in also helping and sharing a lot of information as well. So yeah, today we're going to just go straight into why we are here. Let me open up the question. Today's question is very lengthy, so I'm going to summarize this into key points. And before I do that, I'm just going to take my time to read this message again, but I'm also going to post it on here so you guys can see. So today's question is from Kichi. Weirdly enough, that's what they call me as well, Kichi for Kelechi. But yeah, it's from Kichi, and I'm gonna put a screenshot here as well. But this is how long this is. Yeah, I love this because it's so meaty. Okay, that got me in my feelings. Okay, bear with me. I want to go straight into your questions and dissect them based on the categories you've outlined, right? So let's start off. I love it when I get people that have been with me from, if you can reference my DIY backdrop, then I know that you're an OG. And that makes me smile because that was one of the videos that was so authentic. Like, it was from a place of struggle and trying to make something out of nothing. So one of your challenges that you're experiencing is the fact that you live in a small town, Gombay, and you're wondering if location affects content growth. To be honest, I feel like yes and no. When it comes to creating content, sometimes you can film in a room, in a space, without anybody ever knowing your location, whether you're in Nigeria, you're in Canada, you're in US. And I did that for a while. And even while I was in Lagos, while I was creating my content, those videos that you had seen, I had created them in my bedroom. But what I'm saying is, depending on the kind of content you're creating, most times people don't even know where you are. And it's all about forming a connection with whoever is viewing your content, right? And most times those connections may not be based on the location. Most times it's based on your experience and how you make them feel, right? So I want you to kind of take note of that. And from what I've read, it takes me back to the fact that you want to start creating cinematic vlog style content. I've seen a lot of small channels blowing up right now in Nigeria. Most of them are based on vlogging at home as an introvert, because a lot of people can relate to it. I can relate to it because I'm introverted. But most of those videos are created in Lagos, and most of those content are actually filmed internally, like in the house. So from waking up to shower, get ready, talk, review, unbox. So you don't necessarily have to leave the walls of your surrounding to make an impact. That's the cool thing about YouTube, is that they give you a voice to be you, to show you, and you can't be you if you don't show us where you're from, where you are, what you've been through, and how you're going to grow from that. So I don't think you necessarily have to move. I think you just have to figure out what you're comfortable with sharing, what you want to share, and then find out how you can share that. You could do things like what life is like living in a small town in Nigeria, living in a small city or in a small house, or going, there are so many ideas that can come, like, they're at the top of my head right now. So why can't you be wild about your ideas and start off from where you are? So that is my own take on that. I don't think you need to move to a town or another space. Well, moving somewhere else definitely will pose. Moving to a larger city would give you a lot of opportunities. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, with the little opportunity that you have right now, where you are and the state that you are in, what are you doing with it? Are you maximizing it and using everything available? And then when you feel like you've maxed out on that small city, like, I've done everything that needs to be done in the city, let me move on. Then you can move on, in my opinion. So I would say maximize, dominate, and then you can grow from there. Moving on to the concerns relating to your filming and equipment, right? Anytime I film right now, 2025, I don't film in anything less than 4K. 4K, whether it's 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, it has to be 4K. Because now I'm not thinking about today, I'm thinking about like 5 years from now. So I need to make sure that I'm future proofing my content. And now 4K obviously is going to be so clear, so detailed, so crisp. And what is amazing now is all mobile phones, most mobile phones, but I want to say all mobile phones have 4K capabilities. The only difference is some devices might be superior than others, but it's not about the device you're using. Most times, it's all about the stories you're telling. It's not about the device, it's about how you maximize on it. So, the audio, the visuals, the lighting, the framing, the components, the story you're telling as well. So, in terms of which device you need to invest in, I might be a little bit biased. I can't tell you which one because I haven't weighed both options. I haven't tried out the iPhone 12 and the S21 in comparison. So I wouldn't really know. But if you're watching this video, if you've watched any of my videos, probably know that I will be a Samsung girl. I've been using this for maybe over 10 years now. It's hard for me to switch. When I find something that works for me, I hold on to it and I make it work. So I don't know. This decision will be yours to make. But look at the specs, look at the quality, watch videos online, and see which one works best for you. In terms of filming in 24 frames per second, yes, it will give you that cinematic look. But I don't know if there's really much of a difference, right? To make a difference. So again, play with it, see what works for you. But yeah, that's something you have to figure out and try out yourself. So I'm hoping that you have time to practice and practice and practice and make mistakes and see, what best works, right? And when it comes to filming on my mobile device, I always film in 4K. I always export in 4K. And on Instagram, make sure that you are uploading using the highest quality. Don't compromise on it. Let's talk about balancing life, school, and content. So everyone struggles with this. I'm not sure there's a manuscript on how to do this. The reality is some parts will suffer compared to the others. So it's either you're doing really good in school and then your business isn't blooming the way you want it to bloom. But just think about it. In life, everyone has 100%, right? No matter how much you do, you can never have 100% across board. Whether it's like content creation, business, school, life, you have to figure out how you're going to split that 100% the best way possible. Because at the end of the day, we have 24 hours in a day, right? And then it keeps on going. So you have to figure out like how many percent are you willing to give to school, to your business, to yourself, and to like content as well. And that is a decision again that you have to make. But yeah, in life you just have to compromise. There is no absolute balance. Sometimes school will suffer, but don't make it suffer, by the way. Sometimes business will suffer, sometimes life will suffer. But what I would say is sometimes just give yourself grace and time to grow. And the more you're juggling, the harder it will be, and the less time you have to dedicate to one specific thing, right? So that's something I'm going to say. In terms of financial independence and career goals, everyone wants financial independence. And all I'm going to say is when it comes to business, being an entrepreneur, it's good to kind of diversify. That's the best thing I can tell you, right? Diversify in terms of your content and in terms of your finances. So if you have a business already and you're doing content creation, look for other ways and other streams that you can also incorporate into what you're doing. So you could probably edit for people, you can film for people, that's another stream of income you can add to whatever archive you have going on, because you have like you said, you're an expert when it comes to editing. So that's a service you can render. There are so many things you can break that down into different segments and make sure that no matter how little you're making from each stream, at least you have potential of making something. That's the best way you can have financial independence. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because most times if that basket should break, yeah. That's something I would tell you. So don't limit yourself to what you think you know or where you think you want to go right now. Just give yourself time to grow and learn. Keep doing what you're doing, right? Okay, so I don't know if I've done justice to your questions because the question was a lot. I love the fact that you took your time to really compose this beautiful story. And I'm saying story even though it's a question or questions, but it was a story that was beautifully crafted from inception, from like the start to like getting to know you to like the end. So thank you so much, Casey, for sending in your question. I hope I pronounced the name right. But sending in your question, I hope I was able to answer some of your concerns. I wish you all the best. Start out from where you are. See if it's something you might be interested in the next 1 year. And then when you see a little bit of traction, you can then move. But I wouldn't tell you to approach your life and yourself and move to a different city just because you feel like there might be prospects there. I'm going to say maximize on what you have and where you are right now. And when I say maximize it, like try all the content you can do, lifestyle. What's life looking like in that city? Things you can do, things that are unique. Are there places that or locations that no one has ever been to in Gombay? Are there attractions? Are there rivers? Are there streams? Are there forests? Like what do you have? What does that city have to offer? Because every city has a gold mine or multiple gold mines that may be hidden. You might overlook it and think that because it's going to be, you know what, no one is interested. But trust me, there are a lot of lifestyle vloggers that I know, and you probably know. Tayo Aina does that. Steven Doku does that as well. They go to different countries and different cities and explore what is unique about them and what life is like living there. So you're already in a unique city, and that is a gold mine that I think you can explore. And then if you feel like after a couple of months, years, it's not working for you, then you can be like, you know what? I tried. I really did try. I did my best. I gave it my best. So I'm good. Like I've learned from the experience. I've made my mark. I've done my thing. Now it's time for me to grow. I need to move. I need to expand. Then you can expand because you've justified that. So that's my take on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Kelechi here again. Feel free to send me more questions. I love interacting. I love getting to know you guys on a personal level. So I'll leave the links to the questions right here. It's ask@KelechiMgbemena.com. I'll leave the links down in the description box and here as well. So you guys can ask me any question relating to like my personal life, YouTube, growth, social media, anything. Yeah. And we'll be sure to answer that in another episode of Kelechi's Corner. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, make sure you stay blessed. And yeah, bye guys.